Oh, okay. All right, I'll be right back. Yeah, I hopped in the bush as soon as I put it outside.
That's good.
I just hope it either dies out there or heals on its own.
Well, it's out of our hands. Point is, it didn't die in the house. Fluffy didn't get it. So, I'm watching the Zootopia Plus stories, right?
Mm-hmm.
Apparently, Mr. Big created little Rodiant.
Oh.
Yeah, that's his backstory. Like, he came to Zootopia as a child. Oh yeah, it's actually cute.
It's good. I'm glad you're enjoying it. All right. We gotta get. Nope, scratch that link. That link does not work. I sent the wrong link first. Right. No, there's actually a reasoning behind that name of the fucking stream. All right. Let's get that up. Sweet. Twitter. I have you muted, so not muted, but like in the stream muted. Yeah, so there's gonna be a few times. Yeah. We're gonna paste that. All right, welcome to the stream. We are trying to get everything up and running. Get all this extra shit closed off my stuff. All right. How do I sound? All right. Yeah, if you can mute. Oh no, yeah, go ahead. I just want to get a test before I call. No, the stream shouldn't be closed. I'm right now just loading up the game. Should be on the load screen. Low and it's recommended. Okay. Okay. I just wanted to make sure of that. Because there was one stream, Katie, or Silva was telling me that I sounded way too quiet compared to the music and stuff. So once the music starts up, we'll try hearing that again. All right. Welcome, welcome. All right. So now we are in the small town in the Woods of Myth or Forest of Myth or something like that. I can't remember. It's been a long weekend. So right now, This town is having problems with dreams and they're turning into nightmares. It's actually kind of one of my favorite little missions, even though it's something pretty simple. That's a bunch of riddles and stuff. So. Oh, it's Forest of Myth.
Beware the words.
The words? What do you mean?
Contagious words.
Rough. Words were contagious, man.
Those who dream.
Those who dream?
Hold a moment. There is a strange new sensation in my mind.
Yeah, I definitely need to change these headphones. These headphones, I can't hear shit. Hold on. All right. Weiss's voice rose in a quizzically way.
It is not quizzical.
Quizzical, oh.
What's going on?
The village body shuddered as he slowly opened his
Perhaps
eyes.
we should start by asking this man.
Who are you?
We heard something happened to this village, so we came to see if we could help.
The mayor stared at Dr. Freakin' Weiss.
If you can speak to me, I must have caught you in my dream.
In your dream?
The mayor explained. In the past weeks, a mysterious disease called the Death Dream had spread across the Forest of Myth. Those who caught it were cursed to fall asleep and live forever within the world of their own dreams. The village mayor has... Jesus! Sorry about that. Did not mean to sneeze in your ear. The village mayor has determined the death dream was spread from person to person by spoken word, but before he could learn more, the disease took him as well. Weiss stared at the mayor, his mouth twitching slightly.
Now see here. Are you saying that we have been absorbed into your dream?
Well, yes. I think you have.
In other words, we've caught the death dream?
Before the mayor could confirm Dr. Freak's suspicion, Weiss exploded with rage.
Ridiculous, preposterous, completely unfathomable on every conceivable level. I don't even recall falling asleep.
That's just how the death dream works.
Though polite, the mayor was clearly trying to brush aside the book's remarks.
My remarks are not to be brushed aside, fool.
The mayor twisted his mouth into an embarrassed grimace, then quickly changed the subject to Dr. Freak had seen, and what they had discussed since coming to the village.
Something there must have caused you to enter my dream. A certain conversation, a specific word, something.
Dr. Freak and Weiss racked their brains, but could find no easy solution. There were simply too many words to consider, too much random chatter, too many meaningless conversations.
Grimoire Weiss does not engage in meaningless conversations.
The mere suggestion that Weiss chose his words carelessly seemed to sting his
It
pride.
does not seem to sting my pride, you bloated gasbag of a narrator. It has demolished it utterly.
Irritated, Weiss looked skyward as if searching for answers in the
I
heavens.
was doing no such thing. Just leave me alone already.
The anger created by his harsh words bled over to Dr. Freak like contagion. Wait, said Dr. Freak, excited. Did someone just say contagion? Yes, I believe so. Of it? What of it? Well, that villager told us to watch out for contagious words, right? The mayor leaned forward with renewed interest, pushing a startled Vice aside in the process. Hold on one second, I gotta... He must have said something, right? Ask the mayor. Ask the mayor. Some specific combination of words. What was it? Hold on one second. I have a phone call. Alright, sorry about that. That was my cousin calling me. I had to check it. She wanted to check in and see if I was going to the memorial service for my aunt who just passed away. Silva, did you hear me? Oh, I'm still muted. I'm back. My cousin just called. She was asking if I can go to the memorial service.
Where's it at?
Where? Alabama. I hear you. I hear you. Katie Silva was asking me stuff. Oh, damn. Oh, was this? She was... Mm-hmm. Mm. Yeah. No, I completely understand. Yeah. God, she's All right, I'm back again. Like I said, I'm sorry about that. We're gonna continue reading along to this dreamscape thing. It was about dreaming or something. That dream, or what the hell was it? A sheep, cried Vice, suddenly blurting out. blurting out the first thing that popped into his head. Oh, into this head? That's a weird. It should be his head, but into this head? The others stared at him for a moment before slowly shaking their heads. After a few more minutes of thought, Dr. Freak's face suddenly lit up. I remember, he said. Those who dream. That's what he said. I'm sure of it. At this, the mayor produced a thick sheaf of papers from his pocket. He flipped through them a few times before finally nodding his approval at Dr. Freak. That sounds right, he said, as a stray sheet of paper fluttered to the ground. My notes also mentioned something about, I bet it was that last thing you heard before you fell asleep. The mayor shook his head, his worn pencil stub tracing lines across a lone piece of paper. For the last month, I've done nothing but study the disease. We call it death dream, he said. I mean, I'm the mayor, right? It's my job to protect people from whatever comes along. But I never expected a couple of outsiders to start entering people's dreams. The mayor paused, a grimace crossing his face. I should probably be taking notes or something. Vice immediately fired back. I applaud you. The force of will that takes to research disease in your dreams, he said. But perhaps we should bend your efforts to escaping this place instead of trying to understand it. The mayor's hands tightened around his pencil, snapping it from the tip. I've tried to escape. From the very first moment I realized I was locked inside my own dream. I've been looking for a way out, but I don't think it exists. I mean, this is my dream, right? If there was an exit, I'd know about it. He paused for a moment, his unfocused eyes staring at nothing. My village was beautiful, he said. No one in particular, and it was filled with most wonderful people you couldn't ever hope to meet. But once this disease took hold, things changed. It's like someone took a sponge and soaked up all the color out of our lives. I just want us to be whole again. I want us to be free. And I won't stop trying until it happens. Dr. Freak nodded in agreement. Huh? Wait, a second. I didn't nod. Look, if we can be any help, Dr. Freak just asked. Said Dr. Freak. Just ask. Now, hold on. I didn't just say that. Silence, cried Vice. The grimoire looked from Dr. Freak to the mayor and back again, his face filling with confidence. Grimoire's Vice face is always confident. Thank you very much. Now see here, Mayor. You told us that nothing can exist in this dream without your knowing of it. But yet, you seem surprised to see us when we first arrived, yes? The mayor slowly raised his head, realization dawning on his face. Oh my god, he said. You're right. I had no idea you were coming. The human imagination is limitless engine. Yeah, the human imagination is a limitless engine, said Vice, and dreams are the fuel. If you can imagine an exit, then it must be so. With your permission, we shall search it out. Thank you, the mayor said. I don't know how I can repay you. Payment is not required. We are as eager as you to be done with this place. The mayor suddenly felt as if he could breathe again. He almost forgot what it was like. Good luck to you two. He called at the departing forms of Dr. Freak and Vice. We're all counting on you. As Dr. Freak slowly faded into the misty forest, the mayor was struck by a sense of deja vu. I saw this man once before, he thought. But where? Dr. Freak's mood darkened as he trudged through the forest. Hours earlier, when the beauty of the place was still a new thing, he'd been confident they could get in, find the exit, and be home in time for dinner. But the deeper they went, the more the forest closed around him. The mist made it difficult to see more than a foot in any direction. The moss-covered rock seemed determined to twist his ankle. More than once he's been forced to steady himself on the rough bark of a tree, and his hands now left a small trail of blood on everything he touched. Additionally, Vice was proving to be spectacularly poor traveling companion. Unhindered by either terrain or physical effort, he spent most of his time urging Dr. Freak to pick up the pace and grumbling about the slow progress. Finally, after Vice muttered something about legless turtles being more adept at navigating the environment, Dr. Freak snapped. Okay, Weiss, cram it for a second. You don't have to walk. Dr. Freak leaned against a tree and tried to stretch the knot from his back. How can you be this stupid? How can this stupid forest be so big? He muttered to himself. The moment the word tumbled from his mouth, a cacophony of insects sprang to life. Every imaginable form of buzz, click, and hiss roared out at a volume that rattled his teeth. Dr. Freak slapped his hand over his ear and screamed to be heard. Vice! What's going on? Dr. Freak could see Vice's mouth moving, but he might as well have been shouting in a tornado. The insects screamed, the forest howled, and then, just as Dr. Freak's ears seemed ready to tear from his head and go running for cover, the sound diminished. Hesitantly, he removed his hands from his left ear and listened to the creatures of the woods. Shack. I'm not gonna fucking make all these fucking noises. I hope so. Stop roasting me, shit. As the Insect Symphony deemed other... it's this part of the game. It's the fucking dream. Like, it's gonna start asking me riddles and stuff. Dr. Freak began to detect a pattern of sounds. This isn't random, he thought. It's not just white noise. It's something else. The insects weren't just calling out. They were asking a question. 1 with it is lacking. 2 with it is ideal. 3 with it is dangerous. What is it? By my pages, it is a riddle. I guess so. I mean, feels sort of forced, but maybe it's the key to getting out of this place. Then I leave it to you to answer. 1 with it is lacking. 2 with it is ideal. 3 with it is dangerous. What is it? It's not testicles. It's not testicles, man. If all, like, I have you muted and no one can hear you say that. And the answer is secret. Inward furious, Vice left the task to him. Dr. Freak sighed and gave the only answer that made sense. It's a secret. Right? The sound of insects stopped as suddenly as it began. The forest undergrowth parted before Dr. Freak like a rippling wave opening a new path. These forest arthropods are making a road for us, said Vice with a glee. Pleased at passing the test, Dr. Freak moved on with a new intensity. The path offered his body relief from the undergrowth, but gave even greater cheer to his mind. As long as they were on the path, their journey had a purpose. I guess the forest has accepted us, huh? Said Dr. Freak after a bit. Vice spun around to face his companion. Do not mistake the will of this forest for some happy pet you can suddenly befriend. We have no idea where the path leads. As Vice finished speaking, the pair turned a corner and found themselves facing a clear forest spring. Smiling, Dr. Freak picked up a small rock and sent it skipping across the surface of the water. Good heavens, said Vice. His surprise was understandable. Each time the rock struck the surface of the water, a musical note rang out. When the rock finally stopped moving and sank to the bottom of the spring, the ripples it left behind came together to form words. I enter through the window, but break no glass. When night falls, I vanish. What am I? It hasn't even given answers. Absurdly easy, barked Vice. Now answer it. Dr. Freak grit his teeth and tried not to reach out and strangled his companion. He's right after all. This one is pretty easy. It's sunlight. It's sunlight. Okay. Sunlight. A plume of water suddenly burst from the spring. Sunlight filtered through the trees and reflected off the plume, creating a shimmering rainbow that spanned the entire horizon. In all my years, said Vice softly, I have never seen such a sight. Perhaps I have misunderstood the intentions of this place. Hey, look, cried Dr. Freak, awakening Vice from his daze. There's a house or something over there. Glancing in the direction of his friend extended hand, Vice saw a small cottage nestled among the trees. That's weird, isn't it, Vice? I mean, who would build a house all the way out here? Dr. Freak walked over and pounded on the door. After a minute of solid banging, the door cracked open, and a small man peered out. His body was cloaked from neck to toe in a large black cape, while his face was obscured by mist. Began Dr. Freak, but before he could get any further, the cloaked man held a hand up and began speaking. I have 4 legs in the morning, 2 at noon, but into the night with 3. What am I? Yeah, that one's like... Dr. Freak tried to ask the cloaked man who he was and what he was doing there, but he simply repeated the question. If we wish to engage this man in conversation, said Vice, it seems we must answer his riddle. Yeah, I suppose, said Dr. Freak. Well, at least it's an easy one. A man, a demon, or an angel? It's man. The mist dissolved from the cloaked figure as he spoke to a single word. Correct. With that, the man flung his garments aside, revealing his true identity. You're the mayor, cried Dr. Freak. The small man slowly shook his head. I am not the mayor, you know. Now listen to my words. Long ago, I saw a version of you that was not yourself. Sorry? What's that mean? It will make sense in time. At present, I simply congratulate you for cracking the seal of the death dream. Now you must go to the person at the forest entrance. With that, the man turned on his heels and slammed the door behind him. As Dr. Freak watched the mist seep up from the ground and envelop the cottage, erasing it from existence. When Dr. Freak and Vice returned to the forest entrance, they found the mayor leaning against a tree. As soon as he caught the sight of the duo, he sprang to his feet and scrambled over to them. Good gravy, he cried. You made it! You actually made it back! His left hand grasped Dr. Freak and pumped it so fiercely it threatened to dislodge from the socket, while his right seized Vice by the cover and swung him through the air. God, by the heavens, stop shaking me, fool! You have not even told me if we were successful or not. The mayor smiled broadly and shook his head. I'm just happy you're alive. I didn't think I'd ever see you again. Dr. Freak withdrew himself from the mayor's eager handshake and slight smile. We broke the death dream seal, he said. At least, I think we did. The mayor's face beamed as Dr. Freak filled him in on the details. My words are tying together. When the tale was done, the three of them laid down the forest ground and fell asleep. Dr. Freak cocked his head. Okay, hang on a second. This is crazy. Why would we just lay down and go to sleep? Cease your endless prattle and go to sleep, fool. Fighting against the rules of this place is futile itself, or is futility itself. Dr. Freak and the mayor obediently reclined atop the grassy earth. Have you forgotten, continued Vice, it is words that control the death dream, words that allow us to move from place to place. No matter how unnatural they seem, the words are absolute. Therefore, if the words tell us to sleep, then sleep we shall. And once we do, the story will continue. With that, the trio found their eyes growing heavy, their breath slowing. This is the first time, began the mayor. The first time I have felt tired since I was in prison here. His words were cut off by a loud, long yawn, and he remembered nothing more. They might have slept for an hour or a year. When they awoke, things had slightly more real quality to them. The mist fell thicker, the leaves greener. It was clear. I had to wake from their dreams. Dr. Freak shook the mayor's shoulder gently. Good news, he said. I think we made it. Oh, wow, said the mayor in an odd voice. We did it. I'm back. He blinked once and then again, as if not quite believing the sight before him. You two have no idea how much this means. The death dream is spreading through the village, and I wanted to. Well, I thought I could figure it out, just a way out how to stop it, but I guess that wasn't the case. I must have caught the disease and become trapped in my own dream. The mayor started to stand, then collapsed back to the earth. He stared at his legs as if they're trying to remember how they worked, then glanced at Dr. Freak and shrugged. Without a word, the young man reached down and pulled the mayor to his feet. Real life may take some getting used to, said the mayor, as a wry smile crossed his lips. You shall relearn in short order, I am sure, said Vice. For now, you should return to your home and rest. No, said the mayor, swaying on unsteady feet. No, I can't. Some of the villagers are still trapped in the death dream. I have to save them. The mayor slowly made his way to the divine tree at the center of the village and bowed his head and prayed silently. This is a holy tree, he explained. When the prayer was finished, it's the guardian of our village's history and memories. Superstition will only make your mission harder, muttered Vice. We should not put our faith in the gods. The mayor shook his head. Not the gods, the words. Legend says that our tree is home to a powerful magic known as a sealed verse. Dr. Freak and Vice could not contain their surprise, and seemed a goal had been found in the most unexpected place. I say, muttered Vice, this is certainly a stroke of luck. As the three of them said their goodbyes, Dr. Freak mentioned the strange man who had given them the third riddle and the mysterious words he had left them with. I once saw a version of you that was not yourself, muttered the mayor. What in the world does that mean? Lost in thought, he stared into space for a long moment. You know, he said softly, this is going to sound odd, but I had a feeling I'd seen you before too. Dr. Freak tried to keep a straight face and failed, but the mayor didn't seem to notice. Deja vu, right? Anyway, I figured it's just some kind of illusion created by the death dream. It probably doesn't mean anything. Dr. Freak gave the mayor a nod and smile, but inwardly his thoughts were racing. There's something wrong about the mayor and his words, and what exactly is going on here. That riddle would prove to be the most difficult one of all.
Thank you so much. Now I can finally return to a normal life.
Yay, no more reading.
This is one of the most bizarre diseases I have ever encountered.
I know. That's why we have the other villagers.
Oh no, I have to help the other villagers. Dark execution, signs of magical spikes. Ah, yay, I got the spikes.
For a sealed verse, that didn't take much.
Yes, all a touch too easy. It's almost as if someone was gut.
Don't overthink advice.
Alright, so now we gotta go help out. This is optional, but helping out, this one shouldn't take too long.
This person must be.
It would appear that.
Okay, we're gonna enter these villager streams and help them because it's actually important.
Spend less time complaining and more time.
Yeah, you.
How's everyone doing today? I breathed air scented with death and resist the urge to laugh, for I know it will sound like the words of a madman. How long have I been in this fresh hell? My box, my prison, my tucked beneath the stairway. My box, my prison, is tucked beneath a stairway in a long, unused catacomb of some infinite castle. Outside, I hear the sounds of funeral dirge that plays without end. Light has no place here. Wind is forgotten friend. I pray for death to come, but he forsakes me. Time passes, an eternity slips by in a single tick of the clock. Someone knocks on my prison. Anyone there? I hear an unfamiliar voice say, "My savior." I climb at the door of my jail, embedding thick splinters under my ragged nails. I scream for help. I laugh. I sob. Surely this is a product of my addled mind. Surely it cannot be true. Help me, I cry. For the love of all the gods, help me. Impossibly, I hear the sound of locks being torn out and falling to the floor. As the door slowly creaked open, I have just enough time to see a silver-haired boy and a floating book before the light pours inside. My eyes, accustomed to the blackness, explode with pain, and I am forced to turn away. "Who are you?" I ask, shaking my hands, covering my face. "How have you come to this place? I am Grimoire Weiss. This is Dr. Frigg. Long have we been searching for you. Now come, stand. We shall awaken from this nightmare together. The one known as Dr. Frigg extended his hand and pulls me from the cell. Though my eyes are slow to adjust to freedom, my ears are keen as ever, and they recognize the staccato sounds of heavy rain. I never thought to hear that again, I whispered. Would that this were not such a terrible storm, said Grimoire Weiss. Look at your feet. I forced my eyes open to see water pooling around my ankles and lapping at my shins. There's so much of it. Yes, and more comes each moment we delay. If we do not make good our escape, we shall all drown in this castle. We know you're weak, but you are our only hope to survive this place. Time that long-forgotten friend made itself known again. I nodded my head and swore to save my rescuers, no matter the case. The castle catacombs are a maze, twisting up upon themselves like an endless entrails of a giant. I squinted down the dim corridors and proceeded north. At the end of the corridor, I find a row of 20 gorgeous catacomb beds resting atop of a carpet of velvet. All are covered in a thick layer of dust and cobwebs. Searching for the door of the next room, I come upon a shapeless mass of gray matter. It has been shoved against the side of the wall, and despite my fever, I think I see the outline of the door just beyond. When I reach out a finger to touch a piece of the mass, it turns to dust and drifts away in the wind. Realization slowly dawn, and I fall to my knees and weep. Corpses. I face a mountain of charred and crumbling corpses. I look from it to the beds and back again until the horror dawns full upon me. Someone has piled these bodies into a tower and set them ablaze. Whether they were alive or dead, I do not know. Insanity will not permit me to consider the proposition further. I make a sound, whether to scream or laugh, I cannot be certain. Then my mind grants me merciless blackness, and I find myself opening the door, leaving the most terrible of rooms. I squint down the dim corridor, and I proceed east or south. East. I squint down a dim corridor, and I proceed... Well, if I go west, it'll lead me back. I'm going to proceed north. West? I meant west. West. I squint... I squint down the dim corridors. We're going to proceed east again, because if we go south, we'll go back. If we go west, we're going to go technically back to where we came from. North. No, we need to go north, because if we go east, that just keeps... Yeah, we'll go north. At the end of the path, the water rises to my waist, exhausting both physical and spiritual. I pray. Eventually, I can stand inside the water no longer, and so I turn my eyes upward and imagine my surprise when I see a series of paintings hanging in the fading plaster wall. Each depicts a person in their prime of their life, clad in clothing of their highest quality. The styles, however, are strange to me, leading me to believe that these people had lived long, long ago. One subject wears an outfit that particularly catches my eye. It's constructed of a thin, breezy cloth and decorated with a motif of flowers and birds. While encircling the figure's waist is a leather belt of the most perfect construction. It is stunning costume, even by modern standards. As I gaze at the portrait, I am struck by the desire to touch it with my own hands. Yet I extend a single finger to the painting. I am Shut up. I am gripped by the most unpleasant feeling. Staring closely at the image, I see it bend and warp into the shape of another finger. Something behind the picture is pointing at me. Another prisoner, a fellow inmate trapped in eternity in this place. I cannot let it pass, and so I seize the portrait with both hands and throw it to the water. And the wall of the hollow behind me, the wall is hollow behind the painting, and inside I can just make out a body. Whether or not this is a prisoner, there would be no rescue. The poor soul is long dead. Scraps of clothing lying on the floor around the bones. Oh, hold on. Had a sneeze. Only a small amount of fabric has survived, but its features the same delicate design that were depicted in the portrait. I have been admiring a row of corpses blocked from view by portraits of each victim in their pinnacle. Enough. Shielding my eyes, I paddle forward through the water. I squint down a dim corridor. We went north, so we go east then. At the end of the path, I find myself in a great hall with only the sound of rain comfort waterlogged. I think I chose one. My eyes continue to adjust and the chair surrounding table hold. Notice the movement and approach is chores. I recoil in horror. The host of the feast of the corpse. A splendid feast. I take a moment to steady a shaking hand and slowly back away from the table. I lose sight of the abomination before my eyes and gaze at the land chairs. Each one of them are covered in a layer of spikes that run from the seat up the back and down the arms. Explains the color of the carpet beneath my feet. I can only pray that an unfortunate dinner were the dead when the meal began. For if not, it was simple task to envision their agonized screams, and must have sprung from their mouths. My mind grasps fertility at the possibility. I squint down the dim corridor. I go north. Against all hope, we make it to the front door. Break it down, someone cries, and so I give myself to the effort. In tandem with Dr. Shriek and Grimoire Weiss, I slam my body against a thick, sturdy door, and on the third try, it gives way, and find ourselves sprawled on the ground outside the castle. The storm is in retreat, and the clouds above still dark, foreboding, but to the west, I can see a thin shimmer of sunlight trying to break through. How can I thank you? I cry, as tears join the rain on my cheeks. I would surely have died in there. Looking down, I suddenly notice that my dress is in tatters, and sheepishly try to cover my exposed skin. Your dress, asked Weiss. Then you're a woman, madam? I am. I proffer the two and smile. I suppose it comes as something of a surprise, seeing as how I exist only in the form of words. I could see that the one known as Dr. Freak is disappointed that the torn dress will be given no further description, but he hides it well. With a nod and a shrug, the three of us set forth to our awakening. But behind us, an awakening of another kind is taking place. Black smoke fills the abandoned castle, providing countless damned souls inside with their final shroud. After a moment, the castle windows shattered with a mighty roar. A fresh breeze blows through the hallways and the corridors, clearing the smoke away for good. As we watch in awe, uncomfortable black shadows slowly flicker to life, crossing to and fro in front of the broken window. The castle's dead have awakened to their new life as shades.
You have anything to say about that?
Hopefully there will be no labyrinth next time.
I hear that.
Oh, God, that dream. I hate that dream. Because you can get a game over in that one. Awaken. 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 Dude, Bat Metal. Well, I'm turning you on. Bat Metal is great. From the first continue.
Also, poor choice of words saying you're turning me on. I'm not. I don't know how I feel about that one, man. Yeah, like. I just hope that game is more than you just reading words.
It is. It's only this part of the game where you're reading dreams. The dreams are words.
Even I have my exceptions.
Oh, cool. I'm looking at the stream right now. Yeah, because that sounds like. I'm a big fan of visual,
I get
games where you remember the word adventures back in the day.
No, I know. I totally agree. But that's what this is based off, is those word adventures where you make decisions and whatnot. Instead of typing, you're just picking multiple choices. A colony of massive sculptures was visible in the distance, their tall forms scraping against the sky. Weiss and Dr. Freak have never seen such a sight. Their eyes widen as they try to take in it.
Those buildings must be huge if we can see them from this far away.
They speak in this one.
What do you think, Weiss?
As Weiss considered his answer, the sun beat down on them with renewed ferocity.
They are some manner of mirage.
He said. Under this heat, a mirage or two would hardly be an unexpected sight. Dr. Freak nodded and wiped his sweat off his brow, leaving a trail of sand in his place. He thought he'd never been so thirsty. An ancient road which they walked was black and cracked with age. Here and there, thin wisps of grass pushed themselves through the rocky surface, as if defying those who had laid this material down over their home. The heat reflecting from the road made Dr. Freak lightheaded. His feet hurting, he crouched down to rest. I don't know how much longer I can do this. Is someone playing a joke on us, or what? Complaining had already begun. Weiss tried not to let his eyes roll too much. A joke, he said. No joke. This road leads to the city of art. Perhaps the path itself is simply some manner of grand artistic work. You don't sound very sure of yourself there. Perhaps not, but thinking of it this way might make it easier for you to bear. Dr. Freak glanced at Weiss' grinning face, shook his head, and resumed to walk. As time passed, Dr. Freak's feet grew more painful. That one is a tongue twister. Dr. Freak's feet. And his throat drier. He thought possible. He tried not to look further than the next step ahead, because the bright sunlight made him hesitate to trust his own senses. We're definitely getting closer, said Weiss, in an effort to cheer his companion. Yes, this is much certain. Encouraged, Dr. Freak lifted his gaze. Suddenly, he stopped walking, choosing instead to stand in the middle of the road, with his mouth and eyes wide open and his fingers pointing in the distance. Water! He cried. It's water! Water?
Gosh.
Asked Weiss. Preposterous! I don't see any water. Over there, just ahead of us. Look, the sun is reflecting off of it. Without waiting for a response, Dr. Freak sprang to life and bounded towards the sight. What in the... There was no water. There was nothing but sand in every direction. Dr. Freak closed his eyes and sighed as Weiss floated up behind him with a chuckle. He chuckled softly. I believe this is known as a mirage, he said. Many a desert traveler has spoken of such thing. Dr. Freak shook his head, bewildered. Suddenly, he pointed off in the distance, his eyes wide open once more. Wait, there it is. I just missed it. Look, it's right there. Dr. Freak sprinted off again, leaving Vice with no choice but to follow. After a few minutes running, Dr. Freak came to a halt. I could have sworn it was right around here. Confused, he put his hand up on his eyes and rubbed them vigorously. As soon as he stopped, he noticed a blue shimmering pool of clear water just over the next rise. With the sound of...
Shame on you.
Dude, this
Twice, shame on me. Fool me 3
the
times.
protagonist
I
is gullible as all
Huh?
hell in this game.
I can see.
With a shout, he bounded off in search of it. Dude, one of the fucking side quests, you get fucking scammed by... Okay, so this guy's kid runs away. And you kind of... And he's mad because his kid ran away from the family business. And you're like, okay, I'm going to help this kid out and get this kid for his dad and whatnot. And this guy tricks... After you find him, the son tricks you to go get like these meats to cook up special food for someone who's been helping him out. You do that, and he just disappears. Well, you find him in another town, and you overhear that he's running away from Problem Home. And you don't really think much of it because the dad told him he's a liar and a con artist and whatnot. And you finally confront him, and you're like, hey, you need to go back home. Your father misses you. You should really apologize and whatnot. And to find out they were a family of criminals and gypped the whole town of money and did not pay you for the mission that you just did.
That sounds about right.
I was just like, damn it, I wasted like an hour running around town to town because there's no fast travel in this fucking game. Not yet, not until the midway point.
That sounds about right.
The chase continued nearly for an hour until exacerbated. Vice finally floated up to Dr. Freak and struck him in the face with his cover. Enough of your blithering, idiot! Stop this at once. There is no water here. Dr. Face clouded. There isn't? There is not. And perhaps next time you will listen to me when I tell you as much. Vice paused for a moment and then continued speaking in a slightly kindred tone. However, I suppose this mad chase was not altogether wasted. It seems we have arrived at the City of Art. Dr. Freak looked upon the stretched out before him was a row of impossibly tall sculptures. Their journey was at an end. They're huge, cried Dr. Freak, completely forgetting the heat of pain of the past few hours. I have never seen anything so big. Okay, Josh. Okay.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Nope. That's fine. You're fine. Your timing was peak. Each sculpture was formed roughly of the same shape. A tall rectangular that stretched up towards the sky, but that is where the similarities ended. Most were covered with panes of glass that reflected light in thousands of directions, while the others seemed to be nothing but frames of steel. Some had tall spires on top of them, while the others possessed triangle caps. What kind of city is this? Said Dr. Freak. Where are the people? Where are the houses? Perhaps the land is intended exclusively for artistic use. The debate continued as they made their way through the city. Miracles of artistry were everywhere. Great iron crates with wheels sat silently on steel rails. Beautifully carved works with light of red, amber, and green dangled over every street. As they moved away from the massive sculptures, they found a great array of smaller ones. Some were covered in glass or brick, but many were composed of materials that had never before been encountered. Or they had never before encountered.
It's just one of those.
The sheer variety of color styles was staggering. Unable to find a theme or purpose in the abstract work around them, Dr. Freak and Vice eventually fell silent. On the outskirts of the city, they discovered 3 sculptures in the shape of a human. Dr. Freak uttered a sigh of relief, and he approached them. Finally, I was getting tired of modern art. The 3 statues were indistinguishably except a single word chiseled into their right arms. One read Alpha, one read Beta, and the final one read Gamma. As Dr. Freak moved to touch the nearest statue, a bird flew from the top of one of the sculptures. Alighting on the statue's shoulder, it emitted a brief, beautiful song that took form of words. Only one form is real, the others are false. The real form will always speak the truth. The false one will only speak lies. With that, the bird departed. As if on cue, the 3 statues shuddered to life, acquiring color and form as they began to breathe. Hey, look at that, said Dr. Freak. They're alive. The triplets bowed low before Dr. Freak. Please, said Alpha, you have to get me out of this nightmare. I am real. Stop lying, said Beta. He turned to Dr. Freak and threw his hands up in the air. Alpha is fake. You know. Alpha is fake, you know. I'm the real one. That's a load of crap, said Gamma. Beta is fake and everyone knows I'm the only real one around here. Their respective pleas, given the 3 statues returned to their frozen state as silence once again enveloped the city.
I hate that riddle. I always hate those. One of them tells the truth, others a lie.
When you consider all the statements, only one of them could be the real thing, said Vice. Dr. Freak furrowed his brow and considered his answer. Only one form is real, the others are false. The real form will always speak the truth, and the false one will only speak lies. I'm gonna just guess Beta. Though Dr. Freak's voice betrayed a notable lack of confidence, he said, relieved to see that Vice nodding at him. If Alpha were telling the truth, began Vice in a dry tone of lecture, Beta and Gamma would be fake. But in that case, Gamma claims that Beta is fake. Would be the truth, even though Gamma is a liar. Therefore, that theory crumbles. Now let's presume that Gamma spoke the truth, and that makes Alpha and Beta liars. In this situation, however, Beta is calling Alpha a liar, which would leave us to 2 statues telling the truth. Finally, let's assume that Beta is telling the truth. If so, Alpha and Gamma lies would make sense. Therefore, Beta is real. As Vice finished the explanation, Alpha and Gamma crumbled soundlessly to dust, while Beta sprang to life once more. Congratulations, villager. Congratulations, villager, said Vice in a cheerful voice. The time to awaken has arrived. Thank you for saving me, cried the villager. He dropped his knees and bowed his head as low as he could go before an uncomfortable Dr. Freak pulled himself to his feet. Why did you have to dream like this? Said Vice. Have you been to the city before? The villager slowly looked around the bizarre objects and sculptures that dotted the landscape, and then shook his head. I don't know. I don't think so. I mean, it's impossible, right? There's no way I could have ever been to a place like this. But at the same time, I feel like I've seen it before. Deja vu, muttered Dr. Freak, just like the mayor. The vague sense of unease struck Dr. Freak. During the mayor's dream spread once more through his mind.
It was rough.
I am positive I have seen that place before.
Okay, that's enough. Don't need you getting all weird on me, too. Okay, there.
Yes, if the mayor's assumption was... I think I have had enough wordplay to lot...
You're telling me.
I agree with you,
Let's go
Vice.
see the mayor.
I have had enough time with wordplay for a lifetime. Hopefully, that is the only time we're going to have to do missions like that.
Oh, how wonderful. Here, I have some...
And we got a new sword.
Wow, this looks
I gotta go to the bathroom. I'll be right back.
It's apparently a weapon of some renown.
How's everyone
but
doing
we
today?
have little use for it.
Only one person's watching. Damn.
Well, we appreciate it.
Thank you again. for everything.
Okay, so new sword. We got a new sword called Faith, which is slightly weaker than what we have, but it is very light, and it has 20% magical power. Yeah, this one's better. So much faster. Like, I can deal with like a 3 damage drop off for increased speed and increased magical damage. Not until later when I can upgrade the other swords. It's just one of those things. I will be right back. I'm going to grab myself a drink after I go into the next loading zone. Go grab me a drink. Hold on.
You're good.
No, I do find it weird that my cousin called me right after that. He's brought that up as well.
That's a cool axe. I want that axe. No, that's
So
a
how was the
switchblade.
village?
I'm wrong. Never mind.
By the way, your sunlight answer was like, I knew the answer. I just thought it was funny that you're like, before even the choices came up. Yeah. She's doing. I used to be back when I used to go over to Paul's house all the time to do chores to make a little bit of money when I go down to
This
the
is a
job.
special character because that's a unique element.
Help out with Scarlett and Liam all the time. So, like, sweet little girl grew up real fast and dating now.
Oh, that's Masanori? Oh,
Weird.
no.
Especially with what tomorrow is. Alright. I'm back. I got my ginger ale.
Oh, it's truly magnificent. There are
Neat.
But
Let's
is
get
it
back to
Canada
Pokemon.
Dry?
No, it's not.
You disappointed.
I know. We got the generic
She'll
one because it
probably
was
wanna
cheaper.
know what's going on.
Well, I respect that. It's just still.
I get it. I get it. Canada Dry is where it's at. Okay, so to make up for all that, we're gonna fight some shades.
Please, God, my ears can't take it.
My voice isn't
It's-
that awful.
No, it's again, it's nothing to do with your voice, but it's like an unenthusiastic hand job reading of a book. It's not the greatest.
I'm also fucking nervous as all
It was
hell when
mostly in a
supposed
monotone. It's don't get me wrong, all good, all the same, but whew.
to be. Fair. They killed the shit out of that boar. I usually have fucking problems killing the boar. Oh my god. Kill all the sheep.
Alrighty, about to fight my first boss for this mission. What's it gonna be? I hope it's a good boss and not something stupid.
Okay, luckily now we're gonna be going to meet one of my favorite characters here shortly. Okay, all the like helper characters are my favorite. I'm not gonna lie. Connie's awesome. Fucking this next character that's coming up is awesome.
I deal like 2,000 damage a hit now.
Oof.
Yeah, I'm beefy.
Have you leveled up any other weapons?
Look, you might.
I mean, yeah, still axe and katana primarily, but I mean,
Come
kind of delving into dual swords, but that's only so I can finish certain missions that I can't do otherwise.
Mm-hmm.
The master of the dual blades. Yes, it's like I gotta start working on those, but I'm probably gonna go back and grind some of the earlier levels to do that.
Yeah, that's what I would do. Just go to like the earlier levels that you can just easily just repeatedly
Because Lord
do.
knows I don't want to have to start using a new weapon type this late in the game, and it's
Oh, dude, don't. Yeah,
I don't have the combos.
That's why I haven't got off a fucking Odachi.
Especially a skill-based weapon set, because that's what the dual blades are.
Yeah.
Oh, it's a Gozuki.
Because that means you have to
Cost.
change to the light armor as well. I would just wait until you beat the game. I would beat the game first and then worry about doing all the extra bullcrap. Are you gonna try to platinum it?
Maybe. Depends on what the trophies are.
That's fair.
If it's one of those things of like, get all the titles, it's like, yeah, that's not happening. You know? Because some of those titles were dumb. Beat this boss without taking a hit, like, listen.
Become good. Get good.
Gozuki's dead.
I'm pretty sure there's side quests before we continue on, so I'm gonna check if there's any side quests.
Some of the they claim.
Kubi's dead.
Oh,
Gozuki Soul Core.
Some extra cash. Oh, Devil does not have any quests. Okay, so there's no side quests. I think I'm gonna just run over, grab some melons, watermelons for.
Watermelon. I feel like there's a Kodama nearby. This is a good place where I would hide a Kodama if I was...
I think I'm gonna go get more watermelon for sister.
I'm just sad Dally gave up on this game. He's just like, I'm just not having fun with it, man. Or I'm just not interested in it. Like, he drops out of things really quickly.
Especially if he's having a hard time. But I don't understand. How does he play Dark Souls and fucking Bloodborne?
Oh, well, he loves Bloodborne and Dark Souls.
That's the thing. Like, I don't understand. Like, he plays these extremely hard games, but when he's having a bad time and he feels like anything's unfair to him, and it's not a skill issue,
I don't know.
I do feel like sometimes it's a skill issue.
We all have games where we play and we get very upset at them.
That's completely fair. I don't.
Because I've sworn up and down I'll never play Overwatch again. I'd sooner die.
That's completely fair.
And it's not even a skill issue. It's literally just I hate that game that much.
No, I hate the people who play it sometimes. Like, that's my big issue. Like, people don't know how to, like, if you're being countered and from a counter pick, like, say you're playing Diva and their tank is Zarya, get off a Diva. Get off a Diva, play a different tank to counter her.
Oh, again, it straight just doesn't come down to, like, how the characters operate. It's straight out just... The game infuriates me something fierce.
Yeah. Run, boy, run.
Where's that Kodama? I hear you, you little son of a gun. There you are.
I know I'm gonna have to fish here shortly when I come back to this area.
Yeah, but all the same, I love all the boys with all our quirks. We all want to rip each other's heads off sometimes, and it goes both ways.
All the fucking
I wouldn't trade y'all motherfuckers for anybody, though.
That's fair.
Except for a big titty anime girl. Y'all'd be gone. I'm sorry. I do not apologize.
Choose the boys or the big titty goth.
I feel like every single person in this group would have been like, yep, I'm sorry. Take one for the team, boys. And it's the truth.
No, I completely understand.
I'd understand. Me and Dally be the sad boys of the group. Shinpachiro, the Wandering Warrior. Okay, I'll summon you. Oh, you're cool. Alright. Wow, there are a lot of named enemies in this mission. Oh, hey, an Inky. New PlayStation Plus games available now. Is there?
I don't know.
About to find out. This one's available now.
Grocery store.
Classic. Oh, it's in the game catalog. Okay. I'll let you know if there's anything interesting. At least if I find it interesting. Oh, they got the Black Friday thing going on right now. But I'm broke. I don't have the money. It's interesting they got Rainbow Six Siege in there now. Yep, it's still just all the Kingdom Hearts games, and they added all the most of the Ratchet and Clank games. So.
I'm so glad I can skip that.
I remember the culture. I know there's a cultural significance to it, but it always did confuse me about the samurai shaving the top of their head and then having the top knot. I know there's a cultural significance to it, or there was a reasoning behind it. It just always confused me, though.
Of course it would confuse you. It's an outside culture that's not your own.
Yes, no. That's what I mean. That's just...
No, I know. I know. I get it.
It's like, I remember understanding what it was. It's just like, I can't remember the exact reason.
Fucking look it up.
I don't have to. Like, not at the moment. It's not that important.
Oh, freaking scorpions. God damn it.
Screw it, I'm looking it up. Because, I mean, I'm playing Neo too, so I'm thinking about it. But...
Oh, poison is...
Samurai, top knot meaning.
What?
Okay. The hair chopping was greatly symbolic. The top knot was originally there to support a helmet. But eventually it became a status symbol, and cutting it off signaled the end of that era of their life. After that, they would no longer enjoy a higher social status.
Okay.
It was to stabilize their helmets they wore into battle. That's what it fucking says. Interesting. Don't get me wrong, still could be a little bit wrong on the exact meaning of that, but...
I'm thinking about getting a capture card once I get a fucking job, so I can do other games and other systems, and I also live stream this a lot, or post videos a lot easier. Tree branches.
Oh, that's not the way I'm supposed... That's the way I'm supposed to go. I'm not supposed to go that way yet.
What the goat just fell over. What the hell?
Meh. up strength. Because that's a sub, like, I think a secondary for my axe. Yep, strength. Stamina, courage, and strength.
Get down. I'm gonna throw something at you. Come on. Off. Get down. Wiley did that last night too.
Those are like Aztec blades. Those are cool.
On the kitchen island last night or yesterday. It's like when I brought her back in here. If I'm carrying her by one hand, that means she did something wrong.
Campus.
Ooh, there's a letter. Dear Dr. Freak, today is awesome. Blah, blah. No more? Okay. We got the
So I guess
Siona.
that is the way I'm supposed to go.
Did somebody...
Yay!
Anything else?
Actually, I need.
All right then. I got your...
Thanks.
You sure, but
Oh, I'm.
you're not?
Ta-da! Here you.
Is this...
Yep. Popola taught me how to.
I'm not
pen
fighting
for
this
you.
real quick.
Wow, Yona.
Come on. Yay! You're always
That's real...
sure. Actually, I made like 7.
The life of an elder sibling continues to...
You're telling me.
All right. Now we finish that. Because I'm pretty sure she gets really sick here shortly and you can't do that mission anymore.
That does make a whole lot more sense now about the helmets.
And their shapes.
Less about the shapes of them. A lot of that was just to be ornate.
Oh, not that.
But
I'm not
yeah,
talking
but
about
how
like the ornate shapes. I'm talking about like
yeah.
Death Dream certainly is.
Yeah, it was something all right.
Even I, with my natural love for words, have no desire to visit that place ever again.
You guys did well. You've been making a lot of long trips lately.
I'm okay. I can't...
If you say so.
So...
Well, I
There
suppose
are two
there
named
is one
enemies
thing
at this
I could use a
location?
hand with. Have you heard about our plans to repair? The work probably won't happen for a while. But once... Unfortunately, however, we're a bit... If you're willing to help out, I'd really...
No problem.
Great. So, the man I originally asked to help on this project hasn't shown... I'm starting to get a little worried. So, maybe you can head over... I'll mark the location of it. He always carries a red bag over his shoulder.
Got it.
There you are. Wish there were some revenants here so I could at least see who those guys I just killed were, but
A
Well-
canal, is it? Fascinating.
game said
If we
no.
had a ferry, we could put these days of endlessly running about behind us.
Probably some
Don't
stuff
you
in
just
the
float everywhere anyway?
character
You
directory
think
later.
I am
If
borne
not, they
aloft
weren't
by the
important.
winds, lad? It takes stamina to maintain this height.
Oh, really?
You could at least try to hide the utter dismay, you know.
Scampus! The bestest boy.
They always talk about Vice's mouth moving, but his mouth never moves.
The book has a mouth?
Yeah, it has a little face in front of it.
That's weird.
But it never moves or does anything else besides just look.
Bro, if you only knew how many times I just missed my arrow shots. It was bad.
Alright. I think the shade is out here. Yep, that shade's back. Maybe just kill this shade real quick because it's worth a little bit of XP.
Bro, I'm hungry as shit. I had some fucking cup noodles earlier, but man, that did not help. I had the teriyaki beef cup noodles. They were super good, actually. But there's another Kodama. I think I'm on number 6. This level has 8, so I need 2 more.
More venison.
Oh, it's an inky. I remember when the inky used to be intimidating to me. Now it's just like, yeah, it's an angry monkey with a spear. It's like
One of the easiest enemies in the game.
it's pretty freaking easy now, yeah. Like, it doesn't give me any issues anymore, thankfully. Good lord. If it still gave me issues, woo. Based on your dexterity, based on your strength.
Hey, are you the guy who's supposed to help?
Oh god, it's over.
That's dumb.
Surely you must realize nothing good can come of being a...
Easy, Vice. Hey,
It's my wife. She left home a week
My
ago and
wife.
hasn't come back. I'm so worried I can't even focus on my work. Oh, my sweet dumpling.
Poor
where
choice of
are
words after I
you?
said that's dumb, honestly.
terrible. Would you like us to help you look for him?
I wasn't saying it because of you. I was talking about the fucking character going, my wife.
I know.
That's how he said it.
Really?
Because I still got you
do
pulled
that
up
for
on the
me?
shit
Oh, the shit.
Sure.
on YouTube.
But do you have any idea where we should start?
Well, she always used to enjoy drinking at the tavern with her friends.
All right, then I guess we'll start with them.
Thank you. This means the
I've met some odd couples in my day, but none who felt the need to wander about flaunting matching luggage.
You need to get with the times. Coordinated outfits are all the rage. Plus, these bags are special. But now my sweet
Oh,
dumpling is
apparently there's
gone.
Kodama transformation scroll.
Okay. Just stay
Causes
calm.
enemies to ignore
We'll go
you.
look for her, all right? You sit tight.
Interesting. Very, very, very situational, but I mean, yeah, fair enough.
I'm willing to bet that
If you're
man
running a
knows more
ninja
about
build,
his
I
wife
guess I could see it.
absconding than he's letting on.
I got a big fucking stick build, and been doing me pretty
Hey there,
good.
I'm
Are you now? Interesting.
She hasn't been home and her husband's worried. Do you know anything about where she might be?
Trouble in paradise.
I hate the
is it?
Rakubi.
Oh,
The Roku
those two
Rakubi's
men.
grab
Yeah,
is
the
the
short answer
dumbest
is
thing.
no. She hasn't been around here. Though come to think of
Because
it,
if you're around him at all and you don't dodge it, he grabs you.
Maybe.
I'll do that.
Hey, what's the rush? You've got a cute face. Why not
Which
sit
is,
here
I guess,
and
just
join me
means
for a
get good.
round? Or 3.
Sorry, ma'am, but I'm not old enough.
Fucking getting hit on by older women all the fucking time. Feel that, bro. Feel it.
Let's not talk about that. I had this lady,
Do you know a
man.
woman with a red bag
This
by any
lady creeped
chance?
me out at work recently. I've never had it happen at work. This lady is like, ooh, I got the hot one because I was changing out her car battery, and I'm just like, immediately I was like, oh no, please no. I'm only a boy, don't do this.
Although now that I think about
I went and told the guy who called me for the battery change out what happened. He's like, I'm so sorry.
Leaving town, huh?
If she is truly left,
She
his
made him
firm
feel uncomfortable too. I'm like,
family
yeah.
may prove most difficult indeed.
I just hope she hasn't been attacked by shades or anything.
Well, she hasn't been attacked by shades either. Or turned into one herself. Oh, is that spoilers?
I guess this is the way I'm supposed to go. It is. I love that I have lifesteal as a major active ability of my arsenal. Because I'd be dead 10 times over without that stuff, man.
No, I completely understand. Like,
Yep.
I get life steal whenever I do grapples.
Yep. Well, I use the life steal with the Kasha wheel because it deals a lot of little hits. Oh my lord, it does so good.
Your oh shit panic button.
Pretty much.
Something about that shade seems
God
rather
damn it, another Roku
odd.
Rakubi.
Hey,
My least favorite enemy in the
It is
game.
identical to the red satchel. Perhaps it belongs to.
Happy since the dead. Okay.
do you?
I fear it likely, lad.
Well, this is.
I need to
terrible.
get God of War
However
Ragnarok.
difficult it
See, I think that's one of the other issues why I'm not picking up in streams, because I'm playing an older game, not a newer game.
That too, but
It's giving me an excuse to play through it again, because I was hesitant on playing it again, and I was like, I could live stream it and, like, fuck around on it. But, yeah.
you know how I know I hit my oh shit button? Oh shit panic button? Because I had swapped over to my other fucking Guardian Spirit. That's how I knew I hit it, because I squeezed my controller like crazy.
What the fuck, Kane? She just fucking leaped on the fucking rock behind me.
What is the point of this ledge? I don't... probably a side mission to do with... Did I really just circle back? No. Yes. Yeah, I circled back. I realized what just happened. All the platforms got lowered. Okay.
So you line up. Hold on, I'm trying to do stuff on my fucking YouTube.
Shit, I gotta backtrack. I'd have never noticed that. Okay, won't let me go down that opening. That's cool.
Damn it.
Okay, that's 7 Kodamas. One more to go for this mission. I'll have all 25 Kodamas in this area. No. Wait. Yes. Maybe. I'm bad at math.
Hey, did you?
We didn't, but
Oh no, this is hers.
Alright, let me use my...
So our fears were correct.
Oh, my little
How
spirit
could this
stone.
happen to her?
I had 11 of the ones that give you 50,000. Holy Jesus.
If I may, my good man, why did your wife leave home in the first place?
Well, I'm leveling up twice. Alright, strength, strength. Oh, no, just once. Wow, just once. Alright.
It's because
I think we should give him.
Manage soul cores. I accidentally unattuned one of my soul cores.
Honey, I'm home. Good heavens, you're a wreck. What's wrong?
dumpling!
What in the world? Oh, you found my bag.
Oh, never mind. No, I didn't.
Okay,
'Cause
seriously.
I got a Biwa Boku Boku that you can't use. That's why. Okay.
I see. So, you found a shade with my bag and assumed I'd...
I'm just glad you're oh, if I didn't eat that apple you were saving. Listen, I promise I'll never eat...
Run away? Have you lost...
Huh?
I told you about this. Ugh, are you...
Lad, my brilliant...
I can't believe you didn't listen. Ugh, you are the absolute...
What? Oh, like you're some perfect angel. You, kid, I'm right about this, yeah? If anyone's wrong here, it's my...
Wait, you're asking me? Well, you shouldn't have eaten your wife's apple. That's not...
But I was hungry, and it was just sitting there. Look, I'm glad you went looking for my wife and all, but that was low, friend.
Did I cross a line?
Besides, it's pretty rich to come after me for an apple when you threw away my entire...
Ha! You're damn right I did. And I'd do it again. You there! My husband's in the...
Part. Oh, enough. The both of you are at fault. Now I apologize.
Big talk for a floating...
I see you finally agree.
Do you not even understand how frustrating this is, you colossal oaf? This is exactly what I hate about you.
Fine, hate me! I'll still sleep like a baby knowing I'm not an unreasonable hag like you!
Vice, what do I do?
You turn on your heel and walk away as fast as your legs can carry you, my good lad.
That's it. I have had enough. Instead of belittling me, why don't you get a proper job? Everyone in the neighborhood treats me like dirt, and it's all because of my unemployed slob of a husband.
Actually, I have a job now.
Wait, you what? You're kidding. Why didn't you tell me?
Well, I sort of wanted it to be a surprise.
Oh, you big silly Billy. Well, this calls for a celebration. Come on, I'm going to bake you a nice apple pie.
Oh my god.
I have no idea what just transpired, but it has utterly...
Well,
Why
looks
did
like
I
they
stick
made up,
around?
So,
In the course of all that...
oh heck, the canal. We...
I can't thank you enough for all...
Sure, but listen, we need to talk to you about the canal.
Oh, right! That's why you came here in the first place, huh? Well, now that my love life is rolling in clover again, I'd be more than happy to get going on the canal work.
Heavens, that was exhausting.
Tell me about it. Anyway, let's go give Popola an update.
couple with the red bags were a strange pair indeed. It boggles the mind to think their relationship can persist despite such intense squabbling.
Well, they looked pretty happy in the end, at least. Maybe the secret to living a happy life is sharing your feelings, even when they're sort of mean and weird.
If you adopt such a strategy, I may leave for groceries one day and never return.
Bro, one of the most terrifying things is the spiders in this game. If you kill them with a ground KO, they'll split up into smaller spiders. Oh, bitch just slapped me.
I have so much shit in my inventory. The amount of revenants on that bridge that said fell to death was humorous.
That sounds about right.
Because there's no enemies there. Oh, there's the enemies.
Spoke too soon?
No. Mataza, is that you? Who the fuck are you? No, that's a Masa. I killed the 7 sacred spears. Yeah. Yep. Yep, one of the adopted sons of, yeah. Kiyomasa was one of the adopted sons of fucking Toshinori. Or not Toshinori. Yeah, not Toshinori. Fucking watch too much goddamn fucking My Hero Academia lately. Fucking Todeyoshi.
Have not.
My brain stopped working now. It's like, what the fuck name was that? Kodama leader. Did I just get all of the... I got all of the Kodama.
So you beat the game. I mean, you're gonna be beating the game here shortly.
No.
No?
No, there's more after this. It's just I've gotten all of the Kodama.
Oh, so the next few stages don't have Kodamas. Got it.
Probably not, yeah. Because I know how this game goes, and I know how much more in the game there is. So I think there is a little bit more after this, but I'm not quite sure.
Sounds like the canal repairman had quite the problem on his hands. Thank you so much.
Don't mention
It's a while
it.
since I've watched
I'm
gameplay.
looking
Well,
if you
wish
need
me
anything
luck.
else from...
I'm going to the boss fight.
Hey,
Huh?
I almost forgot.
Huh?
She said she needed something from you. Time to...
I guess so.
That's a cool ass armor. And fighting Tokachiro once again.
Sound like you're having fun.
Oh, that's only mildly terrifying. Oh my god! That attack hurt.
Was the concept
What on
behind the generation
earth?
of danger inspired by the movie Tusk? It actually was
Oh
not.
my
I've never heard of
goodness.
this movie until like 2 days ago when people started asking me that question. It was actually inspired by this book, The Island of Dr.
Oh, man, my
Moreau.
summon burned
It's
to death.
an old book. It's really short. It's like 140 pages. You should read it.
My
It's really
Kasha
good.
wheel killed
I
him.
read it back in like
Popola said you needed something?
2015, and I loved it. It's basically about this guy who gets picked up by a ship, and it takes him to this island where there's this scientist who's turning people into animal creatures, and then the guy escapes, and he gets like
Help my friend.
harassed by.
Your friend?
Yep.
Seriously?
A pen pal.
So who is this? He?
Yes. And he's sick, and I know that you and Vicey are the only.
I see.
Tell me about this guy.
He lives in this really big house.
About to end stream here shortly after I get this mission.
Yona,
Gotcha.
listen.
Get off for a bit. But I'll be probably back on later.
Now what do I
I
do?
got you. I'm probably about to go get some food after you get off.
Fine.
Yeah, I think I'm going to save here, call the stream,
Yona's.
Is something amiss, lad?
No, it isn't. Shut up.
and call it for a night.